Welcome back. From one top story for tonight to the other, and we start straight away as the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar and the Chairman of the Muslim Council of Elders, Ahmad Al-Tayyib, headed on Sunday to the United Arab Emirates to attend a religious conference. During his stay, the Grand Imam is said to meet Pope Francis of the Vatican, who will make the first visit to the Gulf region on Monday. The visit will include a number of activities and events between the two sides to promote the spread of peace in the world. And to be speaking more about the visit of the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmad Al-Tayyib, to the United Arab Emirates and his impending meeting with the Pope of the Vatican, Francis, I'm honored to be having with me over the phone Dr. Sa'id Kishk, the researcher at Al-Azhar Sheikhdom. Dr. Sa'id, thank you very much for being with us today on the Daily Debate.
Thank you.
Dr. Sa'id, first of all, how do you see the importance of the visit by the Grand Imam Sheikh of Al-Azhar, Ahmad Al-Tayyib, to the United Arab Emirates and his upcoming meeting with Pope Francis of the Vatican?
All praise is due to Allah, Alhamdulillah, الذي جعلنا مسلمين. Thanks to Allah that Allah made us Muslims and characterized our ummah as ummatun wasata. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس, or Allah characterized our ummah as the best nation that brought to all nations, as we are a moderate and moderate ummah. That historic visit or historic meeting with the starting year of 2019 and the Emirates establishing the Ministry of Tolerance. And they are starting that with the two world's leading religious figures. Of course, His Holiness France, the Pope, and the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar. If you just look back a little bit, you're going to find that His Eminence or His Holiness Pope Francis met the Grand Imam on April 2017 here in Cairo.
Yes.
And that followed by a mutual visit of our Grand Imam on the same year of November. Generally, it was for spreading the international peace. The Pope Francis.
So, Dr. Sa'id, this would be the second meeting between Pope Francis and the Grand Imam. How do you see the relations being improved between the Vatican and Al-Azhar?
That's what I'm talking about. So the mutual visit that happened in Cairo here to spread the image of Islam from the highest or the two world's leading of religious figures, to spread the mutual values of the two religions, which is the peace here. But here in Emirates, with the invitation of His Holiness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, they established it. For the first time, they are establishing the Ministry of Tolerance in Emirates.
Yes.
And they want to start that ministry with the meeting of the Pope Francis and the Grand Imam in order to spread the message of coexistence, spread the message of love, in order to let all people know that the mutual values between the two world's leading religions, which is represented by the Pope Francis and the Grand Imam Sheikh Al-Azhar.
Yes, speaking of Pope Francis, this would be the first time that the Pope of the Vatican, or Pope Francis in specific, is heading to the Arabian Peninsula on Monday in the United Arab Emirates. How do you see the importance of this step by the Pope?
Generally, it's a historic meeting and a historic visit. Of course, it is the first time. It's the first time for the Pope Francis to visit the Arabian Gulf regions, and he's gonna visit the Grand Mosque there and the grave of Sheikh Zayed Nahyan. But the importance of it is just celebrating 2019 as the year of tolerance, which is promoting the stability and prosperity in regions. If you just look back for the first visit of for the last visit of the Pope in Cairo, it was following by attack of some people on the churches here in Cairo. To let all people know that this is away from both religions of Christianity or Islam.
Yes.
To let all people know that Muslims and Christianity through all history are living in coherence and coexistence and with peace. Now, or this visit, of course, is promoting the mutual value which is the Quran asked us to spread. قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء بيننا وبينكم. The Quran makes it so clear that there is a mutual values between Islam and the Christianity, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us a direct order to call them to come in a common ground. If you look at their commandments, you're going to find that Jesus said that you're not going to be believed in Christianity until you love your neighbors as you love yourself.
Yes, and hopefully the grounds
of Prophet Muhammad, you're going to find to say that والله لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحبه. That is why we say mutual values.
Yes.
And that historic meeting is going to promote such values, such common ground between Christianity.
Yes, and hopefully this common ground would be expanded during the meeting between Sheikh of Al-Azhar, Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyib, and the Pope of the Vatican, Pope Francis, Dr. Sa'id Kishk, the researcher at Al-Azhar. Thank you very much for being with us today on the Daily Debate. We will be switching from the United Arab Emirates to Bulgaria and Egypt, means of strengthening the economic cooperation between Egypt and Bulgaria in the upcoming report. So let's see it.
The first session of the joint Egyptian-Bulgarian Ministerial Committee for Economic, Scientific and Technical Cooperation was held earlier last week in the Bulgarian capital Sofia. The committee was convened under the co-chairmanship of Egypt's Investment Minister Sahar Nasr and Bulgarian Minister of Agriculture, Food and Forestry. The Investment Ministry said that the committee tackled consolidating economic, scientific and technical cooperation between Egypt. The committee meeting comes to back momentum witnessed in Egyptian-Bulgarian relations over the past few months, voicing Egypt's keenness on fostering relations with Bulgaria. She called on Bulgaria to increase its investments in Egypt, noting
عاشت مصر آمنة.
Under the leadership of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, success stories all over Egypt.
مصر في انتظار المزيد من العمل والإنتاج.
New Suez Canal. Developing Sinai. Building on our strength.
القوات المسلحة مسؤولة عن الأمن القومي لمصر.
Building new cities. New social housing projects.
احنا بنعمل أمر التاريخ هيتوقف قدامه كتير.
Developing slum areas. Egypt's leading role, regionally and internationally. Supporting women empowerment. Engaging the youth.
قيام رئاسة الجمهورية بالتنسيق مع جميع أجهزة الدولة نحو عقد مؤتمر شهري للشباب.
Supporting national industries.
احنا بنتكلم كلام بجد عشان نبني بلد.
Upgrading infrastructure.
الغاز اللي احنا محتاجينه هيتم تدبيره من عندنا هنا من مصر. مصر تستحق منكم اللي ادتكم على مدى آلاف السنين ما أنتم فيه.
Together we make change.
This is Nile TV International, coming to you